Hello, Talkin Fight fans. Thanks for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Knuckle Up at 4, hosted by none other than yours truly, Mike Orr and Cedric Ben. Bringing to you the young, the hungry, the undefeated, the up and coming, the new talent of boxing. And we got a special one today, man. We got Brandon Daord coming into the studio. He's just run a couple minutes late, guys, so just bear with us. He's got that. He's coming back from I think it's sparring or something. One of these sessions that these guys are doing. Can't wait to get him in here, man. We're going to talk to him about his long hiatus from the sport, man. 4 years, a long time. He's just coming off a TKO victory, 4th round, scheduled for 6, back in October the 15th, and that's his first fight since being in the ring on November the 4th, 2017. So that's a long hiatus to be gone from the ring, man. This guy,
he looked very good. I'm gonna obviously make sure I mention this to him, but he looked good in that in his comeback fight. So I'm very curious to know what he did, to keep himself sharp and stay focused during that 4 years.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's a long time to be gone from the ring. It's really really a long time to be gone. But this kid, he stayed ready, man. He's from Liverpool. His record right now, as it stands, is 5-0 with 2 knockouts. He's a super flyweight. He stands 5'6". He's a southpaw. He is the latest on the VIP promotions roster, who has financed him to go all the way to the top.
Nice.
So they're ready. They're ready to take this kid all the way.
And this is what weight class is he again?
He's a super fly.
Super fly. What numbers is it? I know I should know these, but
super fly. So like 117, 115, 117, and around there. So his last fight he weighed in at 117. The kid, he's young, man. His nickname, the Don.
The Don.
Right? Superfly here. Brandon Lee Daord, the Don. 24 years old. This kid, he's 5'6". And he's a southpaw, man. And I love these southpaws. They seem to, really, really, they're really exciting, man, lately.
Yeah.
This year I've noticed that the southpaws are very, very exciting. He hasn't boxed since November of 2017. But, he's determined to make up for lost time, and it shows.
Yeah, definitely. I'm assuming he's going to be very active this year, having that much time off and looking that good.
Exactly.
And Ray in the chat. What up, Ray? How are you?
Ray, long time no talk. Thanks for tuning in. How's it going, brother? Nice to see. Nice to talk to you, Ray. Very nice to talk to you.
Sir.
But man, Brandon, this cat, we're gonna get him in here. He turned professional June 2016, and inside his first 12 months as a professional, outpointed everybody. Yeah, man. He ended a layoff of almost 4 years in October with this 4-round stoppage. So, he was a brilliant amateur, man. Like I said before, 8-time national ABA champ, and he's a Commonwealth bronze medalist. He joined VIP in the summer of 2021 after his previous managerial contract ended, which I believe was the reason why this guy was gone for so long, man. He was having manager problems. Ray, how are things, boys? Nice hat, Mike. Thank you, Ray. I do enjoy this hat. Thank you very much. Yes, this kid is a decent prospect in the UK. Yeah, I've been watching him for a while. He had that long hiatus from the ring, man. I can't wait to get him in here. Hopefully he shows up soon. We can't just ramble on about him forever. But he is on his way to talk to us very, very soon.
Especially having 4 years off. We have much to go off on, so he has to...
He's gonna have a lot to say, so we got to get him in here quickly. It should be good, man, and I'm super excited. We're gonna talk to him. I'm gonna see if I can contact him right now, see what's happening.
Live.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact him live. See where he's at. Make sure he gets in here quick, man.
In the meantime, some big fights. Well, not big fights, but some good fights happening this weekend with Benavidez, who I'm definitely the favorite, and I think he's gonna win by. I think he's gonna try to make a statement to just to get his name out there better for Canelo, because
Yeah.
somebody like in my eyes, that Benavidez is the guy is has a good chance to do it. To the mainstream, you probably got to sell him a little bit better. So I think he has a good dominating performance against his opponent this Saturday. He should be at the forefront for Canelo's next opponent, and he's Mexican. The next fight, Cinco de Mayo, that would be perfect.
Yeah. Hey, man, Cinco de Mayo. Who doesn't like Cinco de Mayo, right?
Mm.
Yes, I just talked to Brandon. He's just about to click on here and join us in this interview. It's gonna be
Nice.
can't wait to talk to this guy. Yeah, man, his last fight was very impressive. Very impressive.
It was. Usually when people have a lot of time off, they take the first couple of rounds just as a feeling out process, just to move around, just because the natural ring rust. But he came out right away and didn't want to show, wanted to show his opponent that he didn't have any ring rust. So I thought that was pretty impressive.
Very, you know what? Very, very impressive. Very impressive. I'm excited, man. We're gonna get him in here in a few minutes, guys. Just bear with us. We're waiting for him to click in.
What other fights is that? We got Benavidez and
Yo, we got the kid Galahad card coming up.
that is right. That is right.
Yes, man. Yes, man. We got Kid Galahad versus Martinez, and for all you people out there that don't know, that's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kid Galahad will make his IBF featherweight world title defense against former champion Kiko Martinez, alongside super featherweight ruler Terry Harper, who puts her belt on the line against America's Alicia Baumgartner at Utilita Arena, Sheffield, this Saturday. I can't wait, man. This world title doubleheader is set to be supported by a stellar undercard featuring battles for the European Cruiserweight title, the Central Area Welter title, and a strong lineup of talented fighters squaring off for victory in the ring, man. This is going to be great.
Nice.
Kid Galahad is ready to defend his title and a lifelong dream of becoming a world champion in front of his home crowd at about 10 p.m.
I like these UK cards. I like the timing. I appreciate the time difference because it's 2:00. You can watch a couple of fights, take a small break, get some food, get your drinks ready, and then enjoy our time, our normal nighttime fights.
Right.
9-10 o'clock.
Right. Also on this card, the Kid Galahad card, guys, watch out for Dante Dixon against Jordan McCory. That's a super featherweight contest. I've been talking about Dante Dixon, for a little bit now. Also, Hopi Price. Hopi Price is returning, and he's going to be going in for this is a super bantam contest scheduled for 8 rounds, 3 minutes. It's going to be another great little battle there, guys. So definitely, you're going to want to check this card out.
Hopi Price. What weight class is that again?
That is the super bantam weight.
Super bantam. Again, I don't know the numbers. Super bantam.
It's okay, man. You don't have to know all. You don't have to know all the weights, brother. You don't have to know all the weights. It's around. I think it's like 121, 122, and around there. Super bantam.
Okay.
Right. Hopi Price though, he's looking to improve to 7-0 with more than 2 knockouts. So this unbeaten kid, super bantam. Drago Hopi, Ivan Hope Price is his name. Another southpaw coming out of Leeds, Yorkshire, United Kingdom. So, and he's coming off his last victory with a TKO in the second round for the vacant International Boxing Organization into the super bantam title. And that's a great fight to watch, guys. Go back and check that out, man. It was very exciting against Zahad Hussein back on September the 4th, 2021. And Brandon, welcome.
Mr. Brandon, welcome, champ. I think he might be frozen.
There he is. Nice to see you, champ. How you doing, man? Everything good? Can you hear us? Sound all good?
Oh, might be on mute.
It might be on mute. I don't know. We'll check in a sec. We got him in. We got him in. Excellent.
Maybe just refresh the page.
Yeah. Might need to click the gear under the video and select the audio input and output. Okay.
Me or you?
No. He's talking to Brandon
Oh.
because of the AirPods. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, guys. We're getting it here. He's here, man. Just everybody settle down now. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. We're gonna get it underway right now, man. And we're gonna talk to Brandon. See how he's doing. This is great.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too, brother. I'm excited too. I can't wait. It's very vacant in the gym today, eh?
It is. Yeah, no one's here now. Oh, here we go. There we go, champ. Can you hear us?
What's happening, bro?
How's it going?
There we go. Good evening, I should say. It's nighttime for you guys over there right now, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, awesome. Brandon, thank you for taking the time to join us, man. I know you've been super busy. You just got back in the ring after a long hiatus. So yeah, I know we've been playing cat and mouse to get this interview going, but hey, we got it going now, man. I'm super excited, super stoked.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, any time, man. You're very talented young guy in the UK right now. The sky's the limit for you. Can you please explain to us how you stayed ready and motivated during your long layoff, man? 4 years, right?
Yeah, 4 years, long time. It was just more being. I've always been inspired to box anyway. You can't really have a weak mind. I don't think, or you're not going to be in the game long. So when I knew like I was going to be out for a while, it just gave me more motivation to work on like me little things that I had that I wasn't 100% at. Know what I mean? So while I was in me chill time, me 4 years off, I was just working on all me negatives and stuff like that, and that was it really. Just like trying to get me the safest for when I was fighting again, just so it weren't like in case something got sprung on me, like an opportunity or something popped up. I was just staying ready because you never know. The reasons are like these little. Like, I could have been out 4 years there, but something could have popped up, know what I mean? So I wasn't going to take the risk of just not being active in my own time and stuff as well. So I was, in them 4 years, I just kept expecting something. I kept expecting, like, a little phone call or something, a step in or anything like that, but it didn't happen. But, like, it's got me to where I am now. I'm back again, so...
Yeah, it's pretty obvious you were working hard because I was mentioning before I watched your last fight, and most of the time when people have that much, especially that much time off, they usually come out, with a few feeling out rounds and make it a slow process. But you came out right away, like as if you didn't have 4 years off. So
I wanted to make a statement.
Yeah. So I was curious to. I mean, not to tell us your old training secrets, but like, what was the main thing? You made sure you kept your road work, or was it just making sure you stayed in the gym, or how did you Go ahead.
I'm quite an active person anyway. Sorry for interrupting you there. I'm quite an active person anyway. So in my day-to-day life, the gym is a part of it, and running is a part of it anyway. So it would have been adding maybe one more session. So either way, I train twice a day. Like, it doesn't matter. So me adding, when a fight comes up, what I'll do is I'll add another bit of training to that, which will be me CrossFit or something like that for me fitness. So I was still doing everything to stay fit and healthy. I was probably fitter in the 4 years I was off, if you get me, because I had less to do. Like, where I'm thinking where I'm in the gym and that in the morning now, like 11 till about 1, 2. At then times, I was thinking like the lads are in the gym doing this and doing that, so I've got to do this. So I was working like twice the time and stuff back then. So I was trying to keep it balanced, even though I wasn't fighting. I was just trying to keep it up there. But yeah, it worked.
So was one of the reason I guess you were stuck on, I guess on the shelf, really, they put you on the shelf, was that management issue problems, or was it promotional company?
It was a bit yeah, it was managerial because my old trainer was my manager at the time.
Okay.
And so when I left that gym as well, even though when I was in the gym, I wasn't really getting fights. I was getting given dates because in the contract I had to be given dates, if you get me. So my old trainer knew that. So all he was doing so like I couldn't take him to court or not. I'm not like I had a plan to, but like
Right.
so it wasn't voided. He was still giving me dates, so I was getting a date every few months, and then I'd train for that date. I'd do like a full camp for it, and then he knew that the fight was probably going to get called off or it weren't even on, and it was just to give me a bit of drive to
Right.
think, to know what I mean. Also, I couldn't take him to court, so then in the end, I ended up just leaving the gym anyway. And I still had time in that contract with me trainer. So he was saying, I'm not letting you out of it. And he didn't want me to box anyway. So he just kept me in the contract for the rest of the time. So then when the contract ended, COVID started.
Oh,
so
God.
it was like one thing after the other. Literally, COVID started as my contract ended in, I think it might have been 2019. On the April, my contract ended, and then COVID started literally at that time. So I was, it was one thing after the other.
And then now are you correct? You're with VIP Boxing Promotions.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
How was that phone call? How excited were you to get that one?
I was made up, to be honest. It was more my coach, me new coach now, Chris Williams Boxing. He got in touch with Steve. Like it's crazy because me trainer now, he used to be like one of my mates. He's still one of my mates, but he was just he was boxing with me, so he was like an amateur as well at the time. And then he like he says now on his interviews, he admitted, he just said my head wasn't in it. Know what I mean? He liked having a drink and stuff like that. So he ended up becoming a padman and a coach. And when I left, I went to see him because he was a friend. He ended up opening his own gym and all that for me because he believed in me and like that he had potential. So now he's got his own gym, and that's where I've ended up. And I don't know, everything's ended up like a lot better for me being there. I feel like I'm a better boxer as well being there, and I never thought I'd say that going to another gym.
Yeah. Do you feel that 4 years off might have done you better than
yeah
worse?
Yeah, it could have done me a little bit. It looked a little bit like it could have given me a bit of light at the time, but it wouldn't have been nothing. People win things and lose them in such a short time nowadays in boxing because it's all so rushed. Everyone wants like this and that given to them because they think if they get that fight, the big paydays come with this, and it's not that easy. You know what I mean? Like, so most people now, people who I know have won belts and lost them, and I haven't fought still. Know what I mean? Like, it's mad the way boxing is and stuff now. And then you've got people like winning belts and then giving them away. It's weird. Boxing's not even like the way it used to be no more. You'd never see a man give away a belt. It's crazy. So it's like some people aren't even bothered about the belts and that no more.
Well, there are so many of them, right? That's might be the biggest problem.
Yeah, it is.
Which Eddie Hearn is a big advocate for, making one belt, making a champion, and that's it, right? A lot of people are starting to get on that because there are so many. I think there's 68 belts for 17 different weight classes, and that's just that's just your major sanctioning bodies. That doesn't include regionals or national championships or anything. That's just your major sanctioning bodies. So belts
so many paper champions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have a question from one of our buddies over in the UK. Ray from Last Bell Boxing has chimed in. He said, "Would you fancy a fight with Blaine Highland or Joe Mafosa?"
Joe Mafosa? I've never heard of that name. Well, I know Blaine. Me and Blaine are like sparring partners. So, yeah, in the future that'd happily come. But I'm gonna take the other kid because I don't know the other kid's name at the moment, and me and Blaine are still a bit helping each other out for fights at the minute. So I'm not gonna start shouting his mouth off about him. Know what I mean? So whoever the other kid is, let me smoke him instead.
Nice.
When's do you have a next fight scheduled? Do you know when you're going to be fighting again?
Yeah, the fight again in 2 weeks on the 26th of November. I'm just in the middle of. That's why I'm so hectic at the minute. Like, I'm training about 3 times a day and stuff, so I'm all over the place.
Good.
Do you know who you're facing?
Not yet. I don't think they've got me an opponent yet. I think they're still trying to work to get me someone and stuff. I don't think last time I had an opponent, they pulled out last minute and he got me another one just luckily. My weight's terrible. Especially for like trying to get the fights at the minute where the fights that are just to bring you back into the mix and stuff like that. They're hard to get. So like it'll be easier when it's like actual names and stuff like that just because of trying to get the fight. At least the fights are definitely going to happen. At the minute they're like you get into the day before and stuff and journeymen and stuff are having burgers just to get out of them. Got journeymen pulling out. They're in there. That's their job. Know what I mean? To bring you on, and they're pulling out a fight. It's like being an electrician and saying, I don't want to touch that wire. I'm not coming to do that job. Know what I mean? It's a job. It's your job. Just come and do it. Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, I've done a whole special on journeyman, man. We know exactly what that's all about. We did our week of worst journeyman records in the history of boxing. So yeah, we know exactly what they're about. Yes, and they are there for you guys, man, to to test you and push you guys into the next level, man. Because that transition from amateur into pro is a big difference, man. So
yeah, it's important.
Those guys are there to actually put that pressure, lean on you, grind you, make you work harder. And that they sometimes they don't often come out with a victory, but
they try.
They try. They definitely try. They get a pat on the back from me for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So what age did you start boxing at? Like,
I started boxing when I was 8.
8.
Yeah, 8.
Wow.
Young age. I started kickboxing. I think I was Thai boxing first. Started Thai boxing.
That's my
background.
Then
I wasn't allowed, because it was so young. I wasn't allowed to hit the other kids in the face.
Right.
So it was just all chest and legs, and I really wanted to punch people in the face at that age. Like, I just wanted to hit people in the face. So I went to boxing, and then first day of boxing, I got put in the ring, and then I was allowed to hit someone in the face, and I was like, I'm never leaving this gym ever. So I just carried on and just learned. I just went on from there.
So what age did you actually start fighting for, in your amateurs? What age did you turn to go into the amateurs?
10. It was 10 because I went to Wales though. So over here, you're not allowed to box until you're 11.
Okay.
For anything. So
that's the way it is in Canada too. 11. I think they might have lowered it to 9, but it was 11 before.
Yeah, well, it's like that here. So I had to go to, it's like just Wales. It's about an hour away, something like that. And I had to pretend I was sort of in their gym. So when I would fight, I'd have a pair of UK shorts on with a Welsh vest. Yeah. Or it'd be the opposite each time. And I'd have a Welsh trainer in my corner, and I'd have an English trainer in my corner. And through the months, I used to have to go up to their gym and spar the Welsh lads to make out if I was sort of in that gym. Because if you're a Welsh citizen or whatever, you're allowed to box at the age of 10. But then if you're not, if you're from the UK, you've got to box. It's 11 is the earliest age.
Really?
So when I started boxing, my trainer thought I was well ahead of my time. So he didn't want to wait the extra year. No, he just wanted to get me in there.
Mm.
And then he just threw me in. I got thrown in at the deep end.
Who were some of the people that motivated you to compete, to start competing?
Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're me too. They're the two men for me. Then.
That's it. Have you met them yet?
I've never met any of them.
No,
No, so, always too busy trying to get fights and actually fight. Them two get more fights than me, and they're about 60.
Yeah. So what are some of the short-term goals? Say for the next 6 months to a year. I know you've been gone from the ring for so long, so you must want to
yeah, straight back in there. I want to straight back in the mix. So I think I'm having this one and maybe one more warm-up, and then I'm going for a title in early 2020. Mm. Even if it's just at the time, I think it'll just be for the area. And then from there, I'll start just picking them up and start taking people out and making the weight a bit smaller and stuff. Get a few people out of this weight class.
Right. So you're training really hard now for 2 weeks. Can you run us through your daily routine for training?
Yeah, my daily routine is I wake up at about 9 o'clock. I'll go to the gym for 11, and I'll start boxing at 11, and then we'll be training for about. Yeah, we'll do some shadow and sparring and bits and bobs like that until about 1 o'clock. And then when it hits 1 o'clock, we've got underneath our gym is a CrossFit gym. So then we've got to go, that's our strength and conditioning, which is disgusting. The worst thing I've ever done in my life. I say to people, if people ever ask me, why is it, how can you explain it to me? I say it's the closest you'll ever come to dying without actually dying from training.
Wow.
It is. It's the closest you'll ever come to dying without dying. I swear, you'd have flashbacks. Your life flashes before you when you're doing stuff, and that. It's crazy. So I'll do that, and that's on when we'll only do CrossFit though because it's that hard. We do it on Wednesdays and and Fridays, because it's one of them. You can get a lot of injuries and little nicks with it. The way you train in CrossFit, so ruthless and hardcore. So, we do that twice a week, and then Mondays, Thursdays we'll spar, and we'll always run. Running's just off your own back. If you don't run, you get smoked in your fight. It's your fault. It's got nothing to do with the trainers or that. That's your, know what I mean? That's your job to get your run work done, and anything else extra that you want to get done. But I'm a bit of a weirdo, so I'll do them 2 sessions in the gym, CrossFit and stuff, which is most people will be finished after CrossFit. It's like 4 sessions of a normal session in one, and then I'll go home and I'll chill and refuel for about an hour or 2, and then I'll go straight back to the gym, like the gym that I've just been to now, where I said I'll be a little bit late. So like I'll come in about this time.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I won't eat my food. I won't have my tea until about 11, 12 o'clock at night either.
Really?
So I'm not the normalest person. And then and then I'll try and get my head down and we'll start again. I've been doing this till I'm about 40. Start it all again. Friday is my most favourite day.
Okay.
Why is it?
What happens on Friday?
I get one day off.
Oh.
Because on the Friday, because we have CrossFit on Wednesday, then we spar Thursday, then we have CrossFit on Friday as well after boxing.
Right.
Them 3 days are like it's just torture for them 3 days. So getting the Saturday to yourself is it just feels nice, just that rest day, and then back on it on the Sunday again.
Wow.
Pretty interesting.
That's awesome. How'd you get your nickname, man? The Don.
The Don.
Well, my old trainer, I don't know. My old trainer my name is Brandon, so it is short for Brandon.
Oh yeah.
But my trainer used to just say, like, when I was in the ring and I'd be sparring and stuff, my trainer would just be like, fucking, mind me French, he'd be just like, he is the fucking Don. Like, anything he'd tell me to do, or he'd tell my opponent like what to do, and then without telling me what he told them, they'd just come over and attempt it, and I'd already have an answer for it. So then he'd be like, I've just told him to do this and do this to him, and he's still like countering one. So then I had one of my other trainers, the one who I'm with now, when he was in the gym, because he was taking one of the spars one time, and he come up to him and he said, he went up to the trainer, the head coach, and said, I feel very sly here because everything I'm saying to the lad who was sparring me at the time, he said, I'm already countering what the lad's doing without me even knowing what the lad was doing, if you get what I mean. So he was giving the kid instructions to get punched in the face a lot more by me, by giving him instructions. So he had to go up to the head coach and said, I feel sly. I'm giving instructions here, and it's just getting the lad punched in the face a lot more. So what do we do? And then me head coach just said, he's just the Don. Like, you can't. And then that's where it sort of come from. Like, that's all people would just say. They just lift the shoulders up and say, he's just the Don. So then it just stuck in there. Just the Don.
Brandon, what do you think separates you from every other fighter in your division?
I carry power. Like, not many of the fighters carry power. If they do carry power, they don't use it much, or they don't show it. Like, I want to fucking take your head off me. Like, it's like my weight's boring. Know what I mean? There's no one in the weight like that. So that's like what's gonna make me different. Trying to pull people's jawbones off when I'm trying to hit them. Know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be going the distance and stuff. It's like a lot of favorite fighters out there. Judges have their favorite fighters too. Know what I mean? So I'm just wanting to get people out of there and punch very hard and nasty.
You just want to take their heads off and
I'm clever though. I'm not like a big. Like a fighter who's just an angry fighter or anything. I'm not angry at all. It'd take you a lot to get me angry in the ring. I'm very calm and like when I do what I do, it's all been lined up. It's all been like the traps have all been set. It just doesn't like, ooh, that just happened. It was like luck or anything like that. Like I've set everything up that I do. It's not like just I'm a wild fighter or that. Everything I do, how can I call it? I'm cleverly violent.
Right. Crafty.
Cleverly
yes,
violent.
I'm very crafty.
Very crafty. There it is. Crafty. That's, you know what, that's awesome, man. And how did you feel? How did you feel in the ring your first fight back? Like, you felt good, like you felt strong?
Yeah, I felt, well, no, to be honest, I had COVID. I felt terrible. So I done my warm up and I hadn't been so I had COVID 2 weeks out. I tested positive. So then my gym mate was having his debut on the same card. So I couldn't risk to come in the gym for him to catch it either, and my coach. So I had to stay off the gym and just keep doing tests and stay away from everyone.
Right.
And then then 2 weeks when it come to the weigh-in, that was the day of getting your tests by the people who would have called the fight off.
Right.
So I've got my test that day, and I tested negative on the weigh-in day, and that was the first time I'd seen everyone for a while. So I hadn't trained, I hadn't done my sharpening week where I'll see where I'm at and stuff like that. And even doing the weight was a bit hard because I couldn't train. So it was all weird. So the sharpening week was out the window. So my trainer didn't know how sharp I was for the fight or anything. So it come to the sharpening bit before the fight anyway. And I threw about 5 shots, and my trainer's been like, "Hoo, you're ready." And then I felt like shaky, like where you feel when you're coming down with something and you've got the flu and you feel a bit shaky and dehydrated. I felt like that, and like I hadn't threw a shot or threw a punch or done anything for about 2 weeks because of the COVID. So that was my first time even feeling myself or at all. So when I threw them shots, I was like, I'm feeling weird here, mate. So I didn't want to go up to my trainer after the fight and be like, I felt terrible there. And even though I got a stoppage, I looked terrible. I had COVID, I had this, making myself look a lot better in ways. So I went up to my trainer straight away. As soon as I felt like that, I said, I still feel like shit here, And he just said, I know, but this lad doesn't deserve to be in the ring with you, so it doesn't matter. Know what I mean? Like, he knew that, what the outcome was sort of going to be. So he just said, stay focused and just, we'll get through this, I think it was, like that. And then as soon as I went out there and stuff, I know what my abilities is, and, I know I punch hard and enough to keep people away from me and stuff like that. Right. So I just performed, but when I got out of there and stuff, and, people was like, you performed boss there, or I said on the interview, I said, that was not me. That was not me at all. I couldn't get anything more than a 2-punch combination off. Right. In a flurry. It was weird. I was punching in singles and in twos at the most. And, it was causing me, I was getting so tired. I was just gassing, off the COVID, I think it was. And then even the week after and stuff, when we come back training, it's still, had an effect. No, I had to drag it out of me in spars and stuff where I've just had to break it off where, I was doing, 3-4 rounds and feeling the pace of 3 and 4 rounds. And I knew, because someone said to me, my mate had COVID, and she said she's just not the same. Still, breathing-wise and all the fitness-wise. So I broke it off me a bit now, and stuff like that. I'm ready to go. But I didn't feel great on fight week. Fight week I did. On fight night I didn't feel the best. But
you look good. You look good, man. And it was a great return to the ring, man. We both watched this fight many times. For the fans who have never seen you fight, which fight do you think would best show your ability, or which is your best fight, do you think, to show fans who you are?
It's weird because I'm 2 different fighters now. So the new one, I'm punching very nastier and a lot more accurate and taking my time more. And then on my last fight in November 2017 or something like that, I was just walking the lad down and bullying him. So it depends what the people are into, but I'm just going to tell them to go to my last one.
Go to the last one, okay.
The freshest one, innit?
Cedric, do you have any questions, brother?
You're just 4 fights into your career. I'm just wondering what, actually going back into your amateur career, you've won quite a few national championships, and what can you say is what was your favorite training camp? Obviously, when you're amateur, you got a bunch of fights, but whether you're for your Commonwealth tournament or any international tournament, or maybe one of your pro fights, what was your favorite training camp and why?
I'm gonna say it was for the Welsh title when I was about 10, and it was because I didn't know what was coming.
Because what? Sorry,
the Welsh title.
I didn't know what was coming at all. No, because it was my first tournament, and all that first tournament jitters and all them butterflies and all them nerves was just there, and I just didn't know what to expect. All the rest they've been amazing, but I don't think you beat your first tournament, especially winning as well. Your first tournament, it wasn't like I went into a tournament before that and then got beaten, then went into my first tournament and won outright. So it was the best feeling I could have got from my first tournament. It was mad.
What gave you the confidence to tell you that you're ready to turn pro?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have it in my mind whatsoever. I always thought I'll turn pro at some point and get paid for what I'm doing. I didn't think, but it was my old trainer. My old trainer was he knew where it's probably the USA team and stuff like that. No, the team that goes to the Olympics. I was on the GB team of that, and I wasn't on the exact team where I was definitely going to the Olympics. I was on the. It's you're doing assessments and stuff like that to get on it.
Yeah.
But I was with one lad, one of my mates, and we was on this assessment for about 2 to 3 years, and we was battering people who was on the team already and stuff. So we felt like he was just messing us around. So in the end, I didn't turn pro. But so when it's far away. It's about a 6-hour drive, 5-hour drive. The headquarters. So I used to hitchhike home and stuff like that, and like jump out my window and stuff. Like I was a wild kid. So when we was in them boxing tournaments and they'd give you your own flat and there'd be a big group of boxers living together, I'd throw my suitcase out the window and then I'd jump out the window onto my suitcase and then hitchhike home, or I'd just find a way to go home. Like I hated the whole experience. I didn't like it because it's not like mixing with new people like that. It was just there's so many weird different types of people up there, and it's not you know what you like. It's not like being in your comfort zone, but there's people I don't get on with everyone, so I'm not the biggest people person and stuff, and to me it was like being in jail. It was like going for food. I was sitting on my own and just like had to put like a little poker face on and just like look like I was nasty so no one come and sat next to me and all stuff. It was weird. So it was like, I felt like I had to put on this big false thing, so I didn't like it. It took too much good energy, and it was weird. So when I went back home, and my trainer kept getting phone calls saying, "You've done this, you've done that, but they want you back. Like they want you back. They'll do this. They'll take you back." I wasn't that bothered. So then my trainer was like, "Why don't you just turn pro then?" And I was thinking, well, it would make more sense staying in my own city and getting paid for me fights and all that stuff. So then I ended up just turning pro. But my trainer knew that I didn't have the biggest following at the time, where I wouldn't have sold tickets, which led me to not fighting for a long time. So it was more of like, it was like a bad cycle that I got put in by him. So yeah, it was a bit of a waste of time. I turned pro to not fight.
Do you remember your first pro fight against Sergey Tismov?
Yeah, I remember it all. I remember landing a body head on him and then rolling his left hook as well. I remember a good bit from that.
Nice.
So, who are you managed by now?
VIP boxing.
So VIP is taking care of your management and your promotions?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's, you know what? Congrats, man.
Yeah, they're a big help.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. You know, like you were sitting on the sidelines for too long. You're now back. This is great. What do you want to be remembered for when you're finally ready to retire? What do you want? What's your legacy? What do you want to leave behind?
I want to be the greatest flyweight that's ever lived, ever. Flyweight or super flyweight. I'm planning on taking both of them weights out, to be honest, like, because I can do both weights.
Right.
The fact is, the more thing is like, I'm going to test myself at doing, so we're at the minute, I'm doing super flyweight. I'm going to do a flyweight fight at some point and see how the camp does my body. If I feel like when I get to the fight, I can't punch hard and I lose a bit of power and stuff, then I'll stick to my super flyweight and go from there and stuff like that. But I'm going to do a little experiment at some point and see how my body is going back to flyweight. Because I haven't been flyweight for a while now, but when I got to 52 last time, for my last fight, it wasn't much. I still had more fat on me that I could have got off for it.
Right.
So I think I could do the weight easy. It's just putting it all back on in the right way.
Right. Do you find it hard to take it off at all, or?
No, I walk around at about 55, so It's not much to get off. Like I don't, like I said, I eat at like 12 o'clock and stuff like that. So like all day, I won't eat. Like it's not like I'm a weird person. My trainer says this, calls me an alien or a Martian or something. Like so, I'll train all day without food. Like all day, no breakfast, no nothing. Train till I'll do all my sessions. Like I haven't still ate now, but then later on I'll have some food. Like I'm like Mayweather. It's weird. Like Mayweather's seen the way he doesn't really eat through the day, and then at night time he's got his whole mansion table full of scrap. That's like what I'm like, but I don't eat that much. I'll go in and have a coffee, a little like cereal bar, and like me tea, which is like salmon or something like that, and then I'm done for the day. So I think each day little bits come off me, and I don't really drink. Like I've started drinking almond milk and stuff like that, so less dairy and all that type of stuff. So I think weight just falls off me. I'm quite skinny anyway. I'm not like the biggest flyweight. Well, I am. I'm a big super flyweight and flyweight, but as a normal human, I'm tiny.
Right. Definitely a big super flyweight for sure.
Giant in the ring.
Yeah.
You know what, Brandon? I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I know you have your training. I know you got to get your rest. I know it's late over there. Definitely after your next match, man, we'd love to have you back. And
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna get a laptop soon anyway, so I won't be just on my phone. It'll do me
no,
head.
no problem.
And
Stick around after we do our little sign off here, and yeah, man. So yes, Cedric, do you have any last questions you want to ask?
No, man. Just want to say, enjoyed your last fights there. Just want you to say, stay focused, and hope you much success. Oh yeah, we have a weekly show, Knockout of the Week. So hopefully your opponent is you're gonna put your opponent on there.
Yeah, man.
yeah, definitely. One of them will be on it.
Yeah, man. There are Knuckle Up Knockout of the Week. Definitely. You'll have to send us some video. You'll have to if you guys are live streaming, please send us a live stream link, man, and definitely we can check out your fight if it's not being broadcast. But yeah, Brandon, thank you again, man, for making the time to come out. I know we played that cat and mouse. I'm glad we finally got you on here, man. I'm glad we got to talk to you about your story and let the fans know who you are, man. And yeah, man, thanks a lot. Much appreciated.
Thank you for having me on.
Respect. And yes, we're definitely going to get you back in the future. So, Knuckle Up fans watching around the world, thanks for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Knuckle Up with Mike Orr and Cedric Ben at 4. And our special guest today, the Don, Brandon, coming through undefeated.
Yes,
I can't wait to see him in the ring again, guys. It's coming up. He said 2 weeks. We'll definitely keep you all informed. And thanks for tuning in, guys. It's your boy, Mike Orr. We'll see you tomorrow for Female Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Knuckle Up.